let's go ahead and kick things off here with this. We'll just do like a quick question. So This is from Duke Trippy 933 on YouTube. Again, before we dive into this, Duke, appreciate your question. And we are going to just use it here on the show because it was a great question. And we just wanted to answer it for everybody to hear. So he says he has the first overall pick this year. I'm assuming this is a redraft league.
Okay.
It's a 14-team team league. This is the first time Justin's hearing this, by the way. So I answered the question on YouTube, but Justin had not heard it yet. So
breaking it down live.
So he's got the 101 in a 14-team league. He says, I'm not taking Christian McCaffrey at 1 because the wide receiver market this year is rough. I'm stuck between expecting CeeDee Lamb to have a similar year to last year or Amon-Ra St. Brown making a jump in production and becoming the overall wide receiver 1. Help me. So real quick, he's got the 101.
Yeah.
Originally in the comment, he says, I'm not taking Christian McCaffrey. I'm between CeeDee and Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Okay. So when we were reading it, I'm going, well, okay, this is easy. Just take CMC and,
and move on.
Yeah, we're done here. So if it was me, I love Amon-Ra St. Brown. And I have a lot of stock in him. But I think if between those two, I think your best bet is to go CeeDee Lamb. If those are the two that you've narrowed it down to, I think you can make an argument. If you have the 101, you could say Justin Jefferson. If you're worried about the quarterback, I think a guy that if he can stay healthy, Jamar Chase, I wouldn't be completely upset at all if you went 1-1 Jamar Chase in that offense. But I think CeeDee Lamb's super safe bet. The guy has continued to get better every year. Their running back situation in Dallas, not great. Maybe even non-existent. Mm-hmm. I don't want to bash him too hard. So they're going to throw the ball a lot. Dak Prescott, he's shown multiple times that during the regular season, he's capable of providing and throwing all over the place. So if you're going to go that route, CeeDee Lamb for me.
Okay. So my response to him in terms of the wide receivers, I was with you. I said, I wouldn't consider Amon-Ra St. Brown here at 101.
Yeah.
I just don't know if he has that wide receiver 1. Now he does. Now he could.
He puts up numbers like a 1.
But I think it would take some situations, some negative situations happening to these other guys for them not to end up being the wide receiver 1 overall.
I feel like he's already heavily. I don't have his target share numbers off the top of my head, but I feel like he's a huge part of that offense already. You know what I mean?
He's definitely a huge part, but I said at 101, I was with you. CeeDee Lamb would be, if I was definitely going wide receiver, I'm between CeeDee and Tyreek Hill.
That's fair.
Because I think Tyreek Hill is still going to be he's a threat to put up 2,000 yards every year. I mean, wide receiver 1 overall, if you're looking for a guy who there's a very realistic chance. Now, I don't disagree with Jamar Chase.
Yeah. Yep.
But Jamar Chase has had some injury stuff.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow's has some injury stuff. There are question marks there. But for me, it would be between CeeDee and Tyreek Hill. But I told him, and my first response was, who says that wide receiver market is rough?
Yeah.
I said, honestly, with the way the running back market is, lock up CMC because he is by far and away the number 1 running back. Now, could he end up missing a game or two and a guy like Bijan Robinson plays the entire season and ends up running back 1?
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I think that another person coming and getting the RB1 overall is going to come on some spike weeks where a guy puts up 40, 45 points in a week, and then he'll have other weeks where he's got 8 or 9.
Right.
I think CMC is going to consistently be 20 points.
Or higher.
Exactly. So I think as far as on a points per game basis, consistency, CMC is can't miss.
I've been having this conversation for a couple. I have a buddy I work with, and he's currently shopping CMC in a dynasty.
So is our other co-host from the other podcast, Blake,
also doing the same. They're bought into, he's on the Madden cover. He can be injury prone. To me, I don't care if it's dynasty or redraft. I think you have a 2 or 3 year window where you can ride CMC and feel confident. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. I'm with you. I think he definitely can miss a game or two, but at 101, I think it's just no brainer CMC.
That's basically where I was I was at with this. So, and then just to give him some ideas. So I went through and did like a quick mock draft just to see where guys are falling. And I said, if you go CMC, now I didn't realize at first that it was a 14-team league, but depending on how guys go in that first and second round between running backs, does Laporta or, like McBride or Kelsey or those guys get picked? Josh Allen, some of these Jalen Hurts, do these guys start to get picked? I mean, I don't know. Some of these home leagues, you just never know. But I said, around that 2-3 turn, you could be, now in a 14-teamer, probably not as likely, but maybe Chris Olave falls into sitting there. Nico Collins, Brandon Ayuk, Mike Evans, Jalen Waddle. I said I would take any of those guys as my wide receiver one on my team if I had CMC as my RB1. And
did he say whether it was just a regular? Did we get details on Superflex? And because for me, like Superflex, like if it's a Superflex at 101, I'm taking Josh Allen. Or Jalen Hurts, or
I would say it's not Superflex since he didn't even mention quarterback.
Correct.
So,
right.
Yeah. So no Superflex, and just because he didn't specify, we'll just assume it's like a half-point PPR.
Yeah, fair.
Middle of the road.
Yeah, I'm kind of aligning with you. I would take CMC, but honestly, if I was sitting at 101 and I'm not taking CMC, I still love Justin Jefferson. Like, I feel like even in bad situations, he's that dude. But there's injuries now, there's scares but for me, I'm like, I don't think you can really mess that up if you take him there.
He produced with Nick Mullins.
Yep.
And
I can't even remember the other kid's name.
Jaron Hall.
Yeah, there it is.
So
I picked him up for a couple of days.
Yeah, absolutely. In Superflex, you pick up every quarterback you can. So, yeah, I think there can be an argument to be made for any of those wide receivers at the 101. But if you got 101, the advice coming from us, CMC. Yeah. Just lock it in and don't look back.
Yeah.
And just kick your feet up, chill out, wait until that 2-3 turn and just see who falls to you. I think that's a nice position to be in this year, knowing that CMC can be such a difference maker for your squad that, okay, I'll just grab him 101 and then I'll just let the board fall to me.
That's how I am. If I'm drafting, I either want to go 1-1 or give me that pick 12.
I hate the middle.
I hate the middle is just like, you're going to get sniped every 2 seconds by somebody. The guy that you want is never going to make it to you. It just tough, very tough.
It is. So hopefully that helps. I mean, we had this discussion on YouTube. So again, if anybody listening, watching, if you guys have questions about your rosters, your lineups, some situational stuff, opinions on certain players or whatever you have, just drop them in the comments. We're happy to answer. And you never know, we'll probably bring it on the show like this just to have a discussion and talk about it. So